Okay, hello. Welcome to another video. It's pretty windy today. I hope that doesn't affect the audio quality too much. I'll try to cut the parts where it's loud like this. But I've been trying to do this video all morning and just loud things keep happening. So we might have to just deal with it at this point. So today's video is going to be about dream journaling. This is one of my favorite hobbies. It's something that I've been doing on and off for about 5 or 6 years now. I have filled up almost a full notebook with 2 years worth of journal entries, and I don't have that notebook. I lost it. I think it's stuffed in one of my backpacks somewhere. It would have been nice to have it so I could read out some of the entries, but unfortunately I lost it, which is fine. It's nice to be able to go back and read the journal entries, but really the most important part is that they were written down in the first place. Oh my god. Look at this. This is what I'm dealing with. It's traveling. Alright, anyway. So I'm going to talk about how I do dream journaling, what are the therapeutic benefits, what are the benefits I get from it, how I interpret my dreams through a rational lens rather than like a mystical lens, and some of the, aspects of it that have led to lucid dreaming, and a little bit about lucid dreaming as well. I might make a more full video about lucid dreaming and my experiences with it. I'm not a super experienced lucid dreamer, but I've had around a dozen or so lucid dreams over the past, since I've been dream journaling basically. But I would like to make a whole video just dedicated to that, because that's also a hobby that I have, right? It's very fun and interesting, and it's worth talking about. But today we're going to be just talking about the dream journaling aspect. So what are the benefits of dream journaling? Well, first of all, it's fun. Dreams are very interesting and very, fantastical at times. They can also be very funny at times. And, you spend a significant amount of your life dreaming and then not remembering those experiences. And these are, for all intents and purposes, real experiences that you have, and you just forget about them, right? And they're very interesting experiences. So writing them down can help you record a part of your life that you normally wouldn't be able to remember. And it's basically a cheat code for having more experiences and having some very interesting experiences. When you dream journal, you will have more dreams and you will have more vivid dreams. You'll be able to remember them better, even if you're taking a drug, for example, like weed, that affects your REM sleep and inhibits dreams. Dream journaling can counteract that. Now, there isn't, as far as I know, there isn't any science about this. This is a very understudied field of science. But in my experience, the more I journal, it doesn't matter the quality of sleep I'm getting, or how much REM sleep I'm getting, or how rested I feel in the morning. As long as I am making a journal entry as often as I can, I will get more and more vivid dreams. So this is potentially a sleep aid, right? It's not really going to help you get to sleep unless you're so excited to have dreams that you just go to sleep super quick every night. Which it could be a thing that happens, I'm sure. I know that when I first started lucid dreaming and first started journaling, I was very excited to dream, and so I didn't have as much trouble falling asleep. It kind of removes sleep as a boring chore of your day, right? It's oh, I wish I did. If you're the kind of person that wishes you didn't have to sleep so you could do more work, dream journaling might be a way for you to, do some work in your sleep. Feel like you're doing something productive while you're sleeping, or at the very least that the time isn't wasted, because you can get some very interesting insights and some very therapeutic insights from your dream journal. You'll have a heightened awareness of your emotions and your emotions in reaction to particular circumstances, and general themes of how your mind works. General themes, right? And I guess I can try to explain more about what that means later when I talk about the dream logic and how to interpret the dreams. And it's fun. I mean, really, the main benefit is that it's fun. It's you write down a dream, and You know, you go back and read it a week later and you laugh because it was funny, or you remember how ridiculous it was, or whatever, right? It's fun. It gives you something to do other than, you know, first thing in the morning, other than jumping on your phone or your computer and checking social media and all that, right? So how to dream journal, how to actually do it. It's the simplest thing ever. It's just like having a waking journal. In fact, I think dream journaling has like all of the benefits of having a waking journal, but it's just more fun because it's not like you're just writing down what happened in your day and how you felt about it. You're writing down something interesting, and then it's like a puzzle to interpret it. So what you want to do is have a place for your dreams. Have a place for your dreams to be collected. Whether it's a physical notebook that you write in with a pen, and I would recommend a pen over a pencil just for longevity. Or, you know, like I have right now, a folder in your notes app. Just have somewhere where you write the dreams down and you have them all collected in one place so that you can read them again. You write down the date that you woke up. You may have had a dream on October 2nd and you wake up on the morning of October 3rd. Your dream journal entry is going to be October 3rd. It's the morning or the day that you woke up. Whatever date is displayed on your phone as you're writing the dream down, that's the date you use for your journal, just to avoid confusion and, you know, trying to do like mental math and stuff like that. Like, oh, did I have this dream before or after midnight? Don't worry about that. Just write down the date that it is when you woke up. And then write down whatever you remember. At first, you're probably, if you don't typically remember your dreams, if you're the type of person that says you don't dream, everybody dreams. It just happens that you don't remember your dreams. It's very, very quick that we forget our dreams in the morning. Within 5 seconds, if you don't have practice, you will forget your dreams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's gone. Gone forever. You will never remember that dream again. And so this is why it's important to record your dreams first thing as soon as you wake up. The moment you wake up, doesn't matter if if your bladder is about to burst, if you really got to use the bathroom, if you're really hungry, if your child or your pet is screaming at you, does not matter. You record a dream, unless obviously it's an emergency. And I would also recommend writing down your dreams, taking the time throughout the day to write down any dreams that you remember, because sometimes they will come back to you throughout the day, especially if you're journaling. Now, if you're just starting out and you wake up and you write down the date and you do not remember any dreams, that's perfectly normal. Just write down the fact that you don't remember any dreams. In fact, that was my first journal entry. My first journal entry was literally the date, and I don't remember anything. And then the next day after that, I remembered 3 dreams. So it can happen very quickly. But typically you can expect to be spending at least 3-4 days up to maybe a week writing down just blank entries of like, I don't remember anything. Now, if you don't remember anything but just vague vibes, you can write that down too. Just say, I don't remember anything except for vague vibes. Even if you don't know what the vibes are, because sometimes, you know, you wake up and you have like the vibe of a dream in your mind, but you don't even know what the vibe is. You know, like that kind of memory of a dream, you just write down vague vibes, right? That's all you need to do. And the more you write this down, even if you write down the fact that you don't remember your dreams, you will start to remember your dreams. And that's it. You can expand this, you can organize it any way you'd like, but that's the basic structure of it, is the date, and then whatever you remember, even if it isn't anything. You can have like a bullet system for different dreams that felt disconnected from each other. Like if you have one entry, one date, and then you have like 3 dreams listed underneath, you could have like a bullet system. I like to have a bullet system, and then I have like, I'll put a star next to it if it was a lucid dream, so that when I had my little notebook, whenever I was flipping through it, I could very easily go through and count how many lucid dreams I'd had in a particular year or month or whatever, and I could go back and easily read those lucid dreams again. You could have other shapes for other themes, right? So you can organize it however you want, but really the basic structure is just the date and then whatever you remember from the dream. Now, if you, for example, remember a dream that happened like weeks ago or days ago or just a while back, and it's been a few days and you don't remember what the date was, I would recommend just writing it down anyway under whatever date you remembered it. You can say in the entry, like, I had this dream a while ago, but I don't remember when it was, and then go into what the dream was that you remember. Or you could just, skip that part if it was close enough. If it was like a week ago, then it's not really going to affect your organization if you have the week wrong, right? That's not a big deal. Just write down your dreams as you remember them. But try to do it as soon as you wake up. And that's it. It's the simplest thing. Like I said, it's just like journaling, for your waking life, but it's a lot more interesting, and you just do it first thing in the morning. Also, you're not going to be writing down as much as like a waking journal. I found that when I tried to keep waking journals, I would end up rambling a whole lot and writing really, really long paragraphs, and it just became kind of a chore to try to record everything that happened in my day and how I felt. And then other days, like, nothing really would happen and I wouldn't be able to think of anything to write down. When it comes to the dream journal, you're not going to be no single entry, unless you're like a super dreamer. No single entry is going to fill up like a whole page, and it's not going to be a chore. It's going to take maybe 5 minutes out of your day, if that, to write down these dreams, depending on how much detail you want to go into, because I've had some very, very lengthy dreams that I've written down that ended up being like half a page, or even like a full page, but those are somewhat rare. Most of the time you're not going to be spending, as much time writing in this journal as you would writing in like a waking journal, and it's going to be more interesting and fun because you're writing down, fun experiences, crazy experiences that have happened in dreams. Like, I was raiding a dragon last night, right? You can't say that. You're not going to write anything like that down in your waking journal, right? You're not going to have any fun experiences like that written in your waking journal, but every entry in a dream journal is going to be something fun and interesting. So let's talk about dream interpretation and mysticism and pseudoscience. So I'm a very scientifically minded person, although I do have a spiritual aspect to me and to my philosophy in approaching my life. I still believe in science, especially when it comes to dreams. I don't really believe in astral projection or reality shifting or anything like that. Accessing alternate dimensions through your dreams. That's not something that I really believe in. When it comes to dream interpretation, there's a lot of almost astrology-like guides out there on how to interpret dreams, and they'll all tell you different things, right? For example, I looked up what does it mean when you have dreams about a fly going into your ear. This is something that happens in dreams sometimes. This has happened to me at least 3 or 4 times since I started journaling my dreams, where I have a dream about a fly buzzing around and then it goes into my ear, right? I'm sure if you've had a dream like that before, you know how vivid and disgusting it can be. And so I looked up, what does it mean when you have a dream like this? And I got one source telling me that it means I need to talk to a family member I have disconnected with. And then another source telling me it means that people are telling me things I don't want to hear, and then I need to open my mind. And then another source telling me a completely different thing. And so they all have different interpretations of your dream that only you can really understand the full context of it. So I wouldn't go to these guides for your dream interpretation. Anybody that's asking you exactly what happened in your dream and giving you some kind of interpretation of that, unless it's like a psychotherapist that has been trained in legitimate dream interpretation in a therapeutic context, if it's like a mystic or some tarot card reader or anything, that's don't go to those people, because you're not going to get real results from that. I think it's a good bit of fun. I think it's relatively harmless, but it's just not going to give you an accurate understanding of what's going on in your mind. You are really the only person that can do that. So if anybody ever says, come to me with your dreams and I will tell you what they mean, no. I can give you a vague guideline on how to interpret dreams and how I do it, but it is going to be very individualized and very personalized to your particular mind and the themes and symbols and patterns that your mind holds specifically. So as it turns out, for me, dreams about a bug flying in my ear means that I feel unhygienic, that I need to start cleaning up my space a little bit, and so that I won't be paranoid about bugs flying around anymore. Right? So it means that my body, my mind, my subconscious is telling me you're feeling a little nasty right now. You're feeling a little dirty. Clean up your trash, get a shower, clean yourself up, and you'll feel a lot better, and you won't be having dreams about bugs flying in your ears anymore. It doesn't mean anything about my social relationships. It doesn't mean anything about the wider world. It literally just means I'm feeling kind of dirty right now. I'm worried that there's going to be flies around me. And that's a very practical interpretation of that dream. And when I addressed the reason that the dream is happening in my waking life, the dreams stop happening, right? That's kind of how it works. And this is also how you can kind of confirm your interpretations, because a lot of dreams and themes that happen in my dreams don't necessarily indicate that I need to like take an action, right? Some of them are really just more like just general indicators of like my mood or something like that. So as another example, I do have a lot of dreams where I'm hiding. This is a theme that I noticed only because of my dream journal. I went back one day and looked through my dream journal and read a whole bunch of entries, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm hiding in that one, I'm hiding in that one, I'm hiding in that one, I'm playing hide and seek in this one, I'm hiding from a hellhound in that one, I'm hiding in a horror game in that one, right? Why am I hiding so much? Why is there this theme of hiding, right? If it was a theme of like playing video games, that would make a lot of sense, because I play a lot of video games and I dream about the games that I'm playing. Like right now I'm playing a lot of Minecraft. 3 out of the last 9 entries that I've put in my journal have involved Minecraft in some way. That just, there's nothing really to interpret there. That just makes sense. No reason to be like, oh, it means I'm playing too much Minecraft, or I'm guilty about my Minecraft playing or whatever. It literally just means that I'm playing a lot of it, so it's showing up in my dreams, right? And dreams are very much based on like relevant information from your real life. It doesn't necessarily mean it's relevant in like an emotional, spiritual sense. Literally just means it's what's happening. You'll have dreams about going to work too, right? You have dreams about your job, and then you wake up and then you have to go to work and you're like, ugh, I can't escape my job even in my dreams. That's just because of how dreams work. And that's to be expected. You're gonna dream about whatever's happening in your waking life, and generally that doesn't really mean anything. Now, how you feel about it can be interpreted. So if you're having dreams about going to work and then you're waking up feeling really tired and unhappy, that might mean that you don't like your job very much. So that could indicate something. If you're having dreams about, something that you're doing a lot of, and you wake up and you're like, oh, that's cool, I'm having dreams about that too, then that means that you enjoy that thing, right? So that's like the level of interpretation you can get from general themes of like, what are you dreaming about? If I'm having dreams where I'm hiding a lot, and dreams are based on things that are happening in your waking life, whatever you're doing a whole lot of, if I'm having dreams about hiding and I want to figure out why I'm having dreams about hiding, then I need to figure out where in my waking life am I doing a lot of hiding. And so I discovered it had to do with my social anxiety, because that's where I feel the need to hide the most, is when I'm around other people. So this one really did have sort of an emotional connection to make, but only because I'm not physically hiding in my waking life. I'm not like physically hiding from people and playing games of hide and seek and playing horror games and stuff like that. I may, watch them on YouTube occasionally, but it's not like it's something that I'm playing a game and it's showing up a lot in my the theme of hiding appeared in many different contexts, which means that it was also appearing in my waking life in many different contexts. And I realized that it had to do with social anxiety, right? It had to do with like, I don't feel safe around other people, I feel like I need to hide from them, and emotionally sort of hide. And that got interpreted as a physical hiding in my dreams, or like the experience of hiding. And when I realized like, oh, I keep hiding in my dreams, where am I hiding in real life? This is where I'm hiding in real life. Now I'm like, okay, well, I have something that I can address. And as I become more socially confident and my social anxiety dissipates, then hopefully my dreams about hiding will also dissipate. So that's how I interpret dreams, right? They can indicate things about general emotions. They can indicate things about like what is relevant in your life? What are you doing a lot of? What are you spending most of your time doing? That kind of thing. And it can indicate like general, like I said, general emotions. Like what are you just sort of generally feeling in regards to certain situations. Another thing with dreams is that they can be very abstract, but they can still, even when they're abstract, indicate some very, like, point to some very interesting ideas. So I don't necessarily know if this is a common thing, but I have like philosophical dreams a lot of the time, where something, mostly the dreams that I am not a character in, mostly it's the dreams where I'm simply like observing the happenings and I don't even really feel like I'm there, right? It's almost like watching a movie with other characters and I'm fully immersed to the point where my identity doesn't exist in the dream and I'm just watching these other characters do their thing. And in those abstract dreams, there will be generally like a story, a very coherent story that happens, and the characters will sort of discover something, like a moral lesson or something like that. So I had a dream one time where these two like hamster balls, they were like characters, they were like the player character in like a Super Monkey Ball type of video game where it's like platforming and rolling around these platforming stages. And these two balls, they were going through these stages as if it was their normal life. It wasn't like I was playing a game. It was like they were just doing it because that was what they were doing. And they were communicating with each other like telepathically and having a very intense conversation about free will, which is something that I've had many conversations about in real life, in waking life. And so they were talking and they came to a horrifying realization that affected them emotionally very seriously. They came to the realization that they are being controlled by something else, that they actually don't have free will, that the entire world that they live in was created for the entertainment of some godlike being that they cannot understand, which of course was me, being the one that was dreaming the whole scenario. And they realized what was happening, kind of. They didn't say like, oh, we're in a dream, and I didn't realize that I was dreaming at this point. In fact, I didn't realize I was dreaming throughout the whole thing because they were talking about it so abstractly. But when I woke up, I did realize that that was my subconscious referring to the phenomenon of dreaming. And the characters that appear in dreams, how they are just extensions of my own sort of subconscious mind experiencing a phantom world that I have created for them. And they sort of realized they didn't have free will. They sort of freaked out. They sort of started trying to escape from the platforming game that they were living in. And then they realized that like even their attempts to escape were determined by this godlike being that controls their world. And even this epiphany that they are being controlled by a godlike being was also given to them by this godlike being. And so they were like very despondent about this. They were very upset because they didn't feel like they had agency anymore. And then they kept talking about it, and they sort of became nihilists briefly. And then they sort of realized that like, it felt like we had free will until it didn't. And so we know that we can feel like we have agency. So, what does it matter if this whole existence is temporary and sort of a phantom layer within another more real existence? What does that matter, right? We exist right here, right now. We're having emotions. We're having a conversation. Why don't we just get immersed in this fantasy and let it happen? Because this is our purpose for being. This is the only, like, we can only exist this way. And that's kind of what the conclusion that they came to. And they made peace with the fact that they are characters in a dream that are only temporary and that their entire purpose is to entertain me while I'm asleep. And it was very strange, very kind of a meta dream to have. And when I woke up, I thought about that, and I still think about that dream to this day, because it's such a good distillation of sort of the philosophical journey that one takes from becoming a determinist going into nihilism and then accepting the illusion of free will and accepting the immersion into that illusion, which is exactly the journey that I took. And, you know, it was very interesting to have that process sort of replay in a dream. So that's the kind of dream interpretation that you can do on like the highest level. When your subconscious puts together a whole narrative and a whole like characters, environment, like, and has like a discussion and everything, this is you processing your own thoughts. That's exactly what's happening in dreams like that, is that you are having thoughts in the perspective of dream characters, and through their discussions with each other, through their experiences in the dreams, you can sort of come to an understanding of your own beliefs, your own morals, your own values, that kind of thing, because they will appear in your dreams, right? If I hate my existence because it's meaningless, if I was that type of person, then the dream would have gone differently, and these two characters would have ended up not coming to terms with it, right? They would have maybe committed suicide or something like that. And that would have been a major indication to me that I need to change my mindset about how I think about free will and life and existence. Because if my subconscious mind is coming to that conclusion, that indicates some very serious issue within my own internal being, right? Dreams are a direct window to your subconscious mind, because the characters in your dreams are expressions of yourself. And there are characters in dreams that you may encounter repeatedly that may feel like they sort of know what's going on more than you do when you're dreaming. People in like lucid dreaming communities on the internet, they will often talk about the concept of a dream guide, which is some expression of your subconscious that repeatedly appears in your dreams to guide you through them or to help you in some way. And I think probably everybody can have dream guides. I know I have dream guides. I don't call them guides necessarily, because I don't know if their intention really is to guide me, but they are there. I meet them all the time, and I recognize them every time. And usually it seems like they know that they're in a dream. They also know that I'm the one that's doing the dreaming, and they seem to want to contact me, to talk to me, to make me lucid, and to hang out and play games and stuff, right? It's like they know that they only exist in my dreams, and so they want to pull me into the dream to allow me to control the dream so that they can have fun. The fact that they seem to want me to lucid dream so that they can hang out and play with me, it indicates probably that they're an expression of like my youthful, playful nature. They're the part of me that just wants to have fun and chill, basically. And so they're always there even when I'm awake. It's just that they only express themselves that way in my dreams. Otherwise, when I'm awake, they express themselves as me wanting to have fun, which happens all the time. So it really makes sense that they appear in my dreams a lot, because that is a fundamental aspect of who I am. So yeah, as you write down your dreams, as you accumulate more and more entries, you're going to start to see themes appear, you're going to start to see patterns appear, you're going to start to see, you know, a window into your subconscious, and it can give you some very important insights as long as you take it rationally. You know, really consider, why is this happening so much in my dreams? How does it relate to my waking life and my beliefs and my morals and my values? And, you know, how is this relevant to me? And if you are curious and rational about it, you will start to have some very cool and interesting insights. And they can be very, very helpful for your waking life. The other thing is lucid dreaming. Like I said, dream journaling can help you with lucid dreaming. It can help induce lucid dreams. For me, it was the number one thing that induced lucid dreams for me. I heard about lucid dreams. I knew it was a thing, but I'd never really experienced one my entire life. And then I started dream journaling, and pretty much within, you know, that's when I started lucid dreaming. I think it was a couple months after I started journaling that I got my first lucid dream. And I had tried, you know, wild and mild and filed and this wake back to bed stuff. I tried all of that, But the number one thing that induced lucid dreaming for me was just consistently journaling. Because here's the thing. Most people probably have lucid dreams spontaneously. I probably had lucid dreams before I started journaling, but I simply did not remember them. Because again, if you're the type of person that thinks you don't dream, it's just that you don't remember your dreams. We all dream. If you didn't dream, you would have brain damage. It's a function of repairing your brain. It has to happen for your brain to sort of rest and repair itself. And so, you know, spontaneous lucid dreams are totally a thing that can happen. It's just that you need to be able to remember them. You need to be able to remember what happened and that you were aware while you were dreaming, because you can forget that too. I've certainly had, you know, flashes of a lucid dream where I become lucid, I realize that I'm dreaming, and then I immediately get immersed into the dream again and I forget. And then when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I was lucid for like 5 seconds, and then the dream went back to being a regular dream. You know, that definitely happens. So most people probably have spontaneous lucid dreams all the time, and if they just were to record and remember their dreams, then they would probably experience those lucid dreams and be able to take that experience with them into their waking life. There are a lot of therapeutic benefits to lucid dreaming as well. Like I said, I would like to make a separate video about that because there's a lot to say about lucid dreams, and I would like to collect a little bit more research and see what the science really says about it, because I've been practicing this for a while. I know it's a real thing, but I don't fully know how it works. I sort of understand like dream logic, and if I do make a video about lucid dreaming, I can sort of describe the progression of skills that I developed in my lucid dreams, like going from just stabilizing the dream, or actually going from recognizing that I'm dreaming in the first place, to stabilizing the dream, to actually having an effect on my environment, being able to conjure things and move around and stuff like that. It is like a skill process of learning some skills to be able to lucid dream and, you know, do things in your lucid dreams. Like people say, you know, you lucid dream and you can become a superhero and all that. It takes practice. You're not going to be able to like journal and then lucid dream and then all of a sudden you're like a master of your dreams or whatever. It does take like years and years of practice to be able to do things willingly and with intention in a lucid dream. But I'm doing it, and the only reason I'm able to do it is because I am dream journaling and remembering when I have lucid dreams. So yeah, that's it. I mean, that's really all I have to say about dream journaling. It's really cool. It's cheap, if not free. It's a lot of fun. It's relieves stress. It can give you a very, very important insight into your subconscious mind and whatever is relevant to you emotionally. And it can induce lucid dreams, or it can help you remember your lucid dreams. Plus, remembering your dreams in general is just great, right? Like, do you want to lose the 1/3 of your life that you're sleeping? Just completely forget that experience entirely? You don't have to. You can dream journal and you can remember those experiences. So yeah, dream journaling. I will never stop shilling dream journaling. It's incredible. It's amazing. Best hobby in the world. Try it out. If you like this video, give it a like. Sub to the channel if you'd like to see more like this. I'm homeless. I live in my car and I'm fundraising for a van right now. I'll have a link to that and other ways that you can support me in the description. So definitely sub if you'd like to see me escape homelessness and get into a van. Leave a comment. Tell me what your funniest dream was or your most interesting dream. And thank you so much for watching, and have a peaceful day.